I wouldn't be surprised if they would try to make antibacterial gel smelling like a croissant. Hello everybody and welcome back to this YouTube channel. My name is Julia, and in today's clip I'm actually gonna discuss something really exciting, my June favorites. And I hope I'm gonna maintain to do these clips on a monthly basis, but I'm trying. I'm starting now. It's never too late, and let's dive into it because I realized I actually have quite a lot that I really enjoyed the past month, and they're not only like new products, but I have a couple of new products which are really exciting. So without further ado, let's jump into the video because I'm gonna speak here forever if I don't. So I think I'm gonna start with a very unexpected, I mean not unexpected, but unexpected category. It would definitely be expected from me. Makeup. We have plenty of makeup. However, I think I'm gonna start with skin today. So I have here the new Cerave, I don't think it's called foaming. Oh yeah, it's foaming oil cleanser. And initially when this was launched a while ago, I thought it's gonna be like an oil, just like a makeup remover kind of oil. And I remember I asked someone and they were like, no, it's a cleansing, kind of like gel texture that apparently has oil. And I think they can definitely hear that on the background. Or maybe not, let's hope. So definitely this has like oil, but it's not oily by any means. And therefore I decided to try it because recently I've been struggling with dry patches on my skin. I'm getting into the dry sector, and that car, I genuinely hope the engine is not on the background sound. But again, I need to test this one out because I'm dying if I'm closing that door. I'm gonna die. I'm already dying. But if I'm closing that one, I'm definitely dying. So I really love this one. It's definitely more hydrating than the classic general normal to dry, very dry skin. And I think it's, no, that one is normal to dry and this one is normal to very dry skin. And I'm actually seeing a difference in terms of my skin. I still love that one, the other one that I used to use before, but nevertheless this does a much better job in the situation that I am with my skin. As if I didn't have enough problems with my skin, so my face skin is getting drier, and then I went at a friend's birthday party and we decided to sleep over, and I used obviously the toothpaste he had there. Actually he had two other toothpastes, but I decided to get one that has carbon in it, and I am officially aware that I am very allergic to it. So I end up with skin rashes. It's not the first time I'm experiencing it. A couple of years ago I went to a festival and they had black burgers that were made with carbon, because hence why they were black, and the buns, and literally I ate only half of it, and that time was even worse than this time. I ended up in the hospital to get some injections and all this jazz because I was swollen. I was so puffy and I had blisters, not blisters, what is it called? Rashes on my skin everywhere. This time I ended up with rashes only on my legs. But definitely it was that toothpaste, and I am not touching anymore anything with carbon ever again. So I had to obviously take pills, like allergic pills, and I needed a cream for my itchy legs. And this one, E45 Cream, White Soft Paraffin, Light Liquid Paraffin, anhydrous lanolin. It has lanolin in it, and I actually love lanolin. I realized that with a product that I'm gonna talk in not a second, but probably in a couple of minutes. And this one was really good. It definitely helped me out with my itchy skin, and I decided to share it with you because I literally just got it, you know, on the moment, because I was like, I need something for my skin and this sounded like something it would be good, and it actually was really good. So that's another favorite, and I have used half of it. Like, it's quite tiny. I don't remember how much I paid for it, but it was definitely, any pence was worth it. Another product that I recently kind of like fell to use it more and more is the E.L.F. Cookies and Dreams Milkshake Overnight Mask. And this one I used to use only as a night cream because you can definitely use it. So you squeeze a bit and you kind of like maneuver the product. It has some beads in it, but they do melt in the moment that you actually you don't insert the cream into your face. Yeah, insert the cream into your face. Well, I guess that's gonna be my motto if I'm ever gonna come with merch. But definitely you can maneuver the beads to... Why am I trying to complicate my vocabulary? The moment when you apply this and you massage the product into your skin, the beads are melting. They are kind of like, I think they kind of become smaller and smaller and smaller and kind of melt. But nevertheless, now I tried it as an actual mask to kind of like put it, because obviously my skin is dry and I have patches, like dry patches over here on my nose, and some weird reason I have a few over here but not on this side, so I don't know. But I used this one as a hydrating mask and it definitely did help a lot. Like literally my skin felt so great after just like leaving it on top. It kind of absorbs, so it's really nice to see that. And I just kind of removed the excess, because obviously putting like a thick layer, you're still gonna have some excess. It's not gonna absorb all of it, but nevertheless, it's so good. I would definitely recommend it as a mask as well, and even as a kind of like night cream, because I actually did not break out from it. I actually thought it's gonna be a gimmicky product, and I'm so far very pleased with it. It's actually really good and it smells delicious. Next thing, I rediscovered a love for thermal spring water. I got this one from Avène. No, actually it's Avène. I always used to get this one at the seaside on holiday and kind of like spray it all over my body to kind of like feel refreshed. And yeah, I really love this one. Even in my skincare regimen, I always kind of like, recently at least, kind of like spray it on top of my face and then apply a hyaluronic acid, and it does a great job. I love it. It's not necessarily like a must-have, but I enjoy it, so it's definitely a fave. And this one is for sensitive skin, apparently. I didn't even know, but obviously I don't think it has any kind of perfume and stuff because it's water. Next thing, because I was telling you, I actually love Lanolin, and this is Lanolips. This is actually a 101 ointment. As you can see, even like the writing is like worn off. This is the best thing ever. I actually prefer this one more than a very popular lip product that I'm actually gonna show you right after this one. I prefer this one more. It's more hydrating. It definitely is like very thick, but not gross thick when you apply it on your lips. And I think it does a much better job in terms of hydrating on my end, on hydrating long time. And something that I realized is it's actually multi-use. It was at some point in like April that I had my knuckles extremely dry, like extremely dry patches. And because it says you can use it on dry lips, skin patches, cuticles, elbows and more. So when I read that, I was like, I'm just gonna apply it onto my knuckles, and I was immensely impressed because the next day my knuckles on my hands were significantly more hydrated. They were still a bit dry, but after one use, it's fair to say that this is incredible, and I actually love this one tremendously. I actually really love this one, and I'm always getting it with me when I'm traveling, because it's also very easy to travel with. And I mean, look at the cap. I broke it. I even forgot to mention this one. I broke the cap because I love it that much, and a little goes a long way. So the next lip product that I love, don't get me wrong, but I prefer that one more than this one. This is the Lanaige Sleeping Care Lip Sleeping Mask with chocolate. Definitely the chocolate one is my favorite. I'm not saying this is necessarily like a bad product. It's definitely not a bad product. It does hydrate the lips. However, I like to use this one at the end of the day, like nighttime routine, with the Lanolips underneath. And I feel this one is kind of like the base of hydration, and this one locks the moisture in. I've seen this tip at like a very popular skincare enthusiast, or like actually a dermatologist if I'm not mistaken. I think he's a dermatologist, but he said that he mentioned he uses like Cerave face cream, the American version that you can't find in the UK, because I tried to find that one in particular, and use Lanaige on top of that. So that's what I did with the Lanolips, and I'm seeing a tremendous difference. When I use this one on its own, I don't feel like it does that much, not as much as the Lanolips lip product does. But in combination, they are the ultimate kind of like lip routine. And I use this one during the day, and that's why I like it, because like in the morning when I do my makeup, I just apply it, and it does moisturizes the lips. It's just I feel it moisturizes the lips on the moment, not long term, and Lanolips helps to do it long term. Next thing that I've been extremely impressed is the Glow Recipe Watermelon Glow Niacinamide Dew Drops. This is actually so like such a good stuff. Like it does hydrate my skin. I feel it does like a lot to my texture, and I'm definitely gonna repurchase it. I also tried the avocado one, and I love that one too. I had the mini sized because I got the Michaela X Glow Recipe kind of like bundle, so I had those other two products as well. And to be quite honest, overall I think Glow Recipe is so good. The textures are incredible. I never thought that this day might come where I'm saying skincare, like expensive skincare, is actually worth it. When it comes to Glow Recipe, I definitely see the trend, the behind hype of it, because it's really good. I still have just a tiny bit left in this one, but I'm almost emptying it out because I love it that much. And obviously the other two ones, I did empty them out, not during June time, it was a while ago, but this one obviously lasted me for a long time and is definitely a June favorite, and I love it. I really do. And next one that is actually empty, and I decided to still implement it because I really liked it. This is the Garnier Skin Active Vitamin C Brightening Serum, and this is quite potentially a dupe for the La Roche-Posay Vitamin C. If you didn't know, thank you my phone, La Roche-Posay owns Garnier or something like that, or they're the same, not, I'm saying stupid stuff. They are under the same parent brand, I don't remember which one it is. And therefore they sometimes do dupes. And this one is definitely like a similar texture because I tried that one as well. Nevertheless, I do kind of prefer the La Roche-Posay one, but that's 40 pounds. This was only 10. For 10 pounds is incredible. It definitely did not peel underneath like my foundation. Sometimes with certain serums you can see that. This doesn't do it, and I'm actually really glad because it's a vitamin C. You use it in the morning. It's much better to use it in the morning to kind of like activate the SPF or something like that crazy. And it definitely did not peel with like everything in between. So yeah, it's a good one. I definitely recommend it. I definitely am planning to purchase it in the future, but I have another vitamin C that I'm testing at the moment. Another skin product that actually I initially, when I did like a short review, if you've seen it, then you might remember that I said I hate the smell of this cream. Guess what? I got used to it. That happened with my favorite SPF from Garnier, the dupe for La Roche-Posay. And I used to hate the smell of it, but because I used it more and more often, I get used to them. And this one, for example, is the same drill. I actually really love this one. This is a dupe for the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Cream, hence the name Miracle Cream. And I had tried a few drops, like I just had like a tiny version of the Miracle Cream, Magic Cream, god damn it. So I had like a small sample from Charlotte Tilbury cream, and the textures are a bit similar. I wouldn't say they're identical, but the whole thick consistency feels lightweight on the skin and hydrates is the same vibe with this guy, and I definitely really gravitated towards it because of my dry patches, and hence why I'm putting in it here. I really love it, and I'm testing now the eye cream. It sounds promising, I'm just gonna say that, but obviously I didn't implement it in this video because I only started to use it this week. So I'm still, you know, allowing a bit of time to figure my mind on that. But this one, I did, and I like it. And the smell, it goes away the moment you start to use it every day. And I actually did morning and night because I'm like trying to manage the dry patches on my skin. Also, nice discovery. If you've seen my last year's kind of like get to travel with me pack products for skincare slash toiletries and whatever, I mentioned the Body Shop's lemon antibacterial gel, and now they have with coconut. It's so good, it's so good. The best. My boyfriend found it again, like literally the lemon one, he saw it. This one, he saw it, and I'm like, what in the actual heck? He always sees like the antibacterial gels that smell wonderful in Body Shop, I don't know, but he literally saw it, and they have one with mango, but we are really hyped on coconut and we decided to go with coconut, both of us. But I'm gonna try at some point the mango as well. I don't see why it wouldn't smell good, because this smells delicious. It definitely smells like coconut. The moment you rub it into your hands, coconut. So yeah, Body Shop needs to bring more, because I'm hyped and I'm definitely gonna buy every single one. Do you watch like the American people with like Bath and Body Works? They have vanilla. I don't know, even I wouldn't be surprised if they would try to make antibacterial gel smell like a croissant. Like literally every single kind of flavor into an antibacterial gel. I'm so here for it if Body Shop is jumping on the bandwagon of doing antibacterial gels with every freaking scent ever existing. So yeah, definitely hyped by it. Also another hyped product. I mean, hyped by me. I hope nobody's gonna hype it, because it's gonna end up being out of stock. This is the Hawaiian Tropic Aloha Coco Fragrance Mist Shimmer Edition. If you watch on TikTok, every single person is discussing the Claire's. Every single person shows the Claire's glitter spray for the hair, and they use it on the body and on the clothing and and I was like, I can't find it in this whole goddamn London. Every single one I tried to go, it's freaking out of stock. So I was like, and then I gave up, and I had a project at work to find some kind of like trending moments over TikTok, and researching this kind of like glitter potential, maybe a similar dupe for it available in Superdrug. I came across someone speaking about this. It was only one person, and I'm thankful for that person. This one, it's incredible. It actually is so good for the clothing. I tested it out. It does, cleans out the moment you not jump, because you won't jump in the washing machine. The clothes, you throw them in the washing machine and you wash them. It rinses off. It smells to die for. Coconut, we have a theme. I love coconut, okay? This smells like coconut. Best ever shimmer fragrance that works for the hair, for the body, for the goddamn clothes. And last but certainly not least, in kind of like this category of like body, hair, we have here the Shea Moisture Manuka Honey and Yogurt Hydrate and Repair Multi-Action Leave-In Conditioner. And this was not necessarily like a recommendation from anybody, but there's like a person that I'm following, and I always forget her name. I'm gonna try to leave her in the description down below, because she's marvelous. She does everything, makeup, hair, everything. And she recommends always like leave-in conditioners, and I've seen this one coming back in stock in Beauty Bay, and I kind of figure out it must be really popular since it's like out of stock. And I must say, do you see how much I use? Like literally, I don't have it for a really long time. I only have it for like a couple of, maybe 2 weeks max. Maybe even not that. And I'm hyped. This is so good. This is definitely making my hair much shinier and like more hydrated. And for example, if I get tangled over here in the back, I spray it over a tiny bit, not too much, because if you don't wash your hair at any time soon, like at any point very soon, it tends to grease your hair. So because I tried to apply it once over here as like a moisturizing kind of like spray, it doesn't work like that. But definitely like on the ends, because my ends for example are quite dry, it does work out to detangle my hair, even though I'm not planning to wash it in that particular day. So yeah, it's really good. I love it. Right, well, let's move on with makeup. I also have a bit of nail products and some kind of like brushes, accessories, not accessories, but like practical stuff for makeup. But it's definitely makeup. So I think I'm gonna start off with powders. So I have actually 3 powders, and I lost my powder puff. Actually, I'm gonna mention the powder puff now because it makes sense, because it's like powder puff. But I have here 3 powders. 2 of them are from the same brand, and it's Kylie Jenner. These 2 guys are incredible. I have the translucent and soft pink, and the reason why I bought 2 and I dared to go for 2 is because they were only 13 pounds on offer at some point. I don't know why they decided to put them on offer like that, but nevertheless, I decided to go with them and I'm not regretting my purchase. The rose, like the soft pink one, is definitely not too dark for my underneath eye area, and the translucent one is perfect. And I also love the way the packaging is. Do you see it has like a big kind of like chunk there, and here's like a sifter, and basically what it happens is like you put the brush or like the powder puff and you press it in the sifter, and it takes just like the enough perfect amount of powder so it doesn't get like all over the place messy. And obviously when you press this one, it locks it in there, so it's very travel friendly. I love the packaging, I love the concept, I love the quality of the powder. I'm seeing myself more and more using this one, although I'm trying to use up a couple. This one is always like in the back of my mind, and I actually love them. It was the best decision ever because they were on offer. And this one from L'Oreal Infallible 24-hour fresh wear, the trending moment over TikTok. I like this one, not because I think it's like the best powder ever, but the practicality behind it, that you have here the sponge and the mirror. It's amazing to always grab it with me at work or just like in my bag to touch up my makeup. I feel it does me a bit dry, but nevertheless I would rather look a bit dry than have like patches of missing foundation over my skin, which sometimes that happens when I'm at work. And I'm seeing here just a random black bit, but nevertheless I prefer it because I do blow my nose often and sometimes it gets the foundation, and this one allows me to kind of like retouch it a bit, although it wouldn't look necessarily extremely flawless, but still practicality behind it, I love it. So I would definitely put it in here because literally I always have it in my work bag. And of course, like I was saying, this is a powder puff and I am showing it to you in its whole glory. It's disgusting, I need to wash it. Already did speak on the previous makeup kind of like what is it called, video, that I love a powder puff recently, and I still do. Like, it's literally the best thing ever, like to apply powder. It does my skin really flawless, and I think it's so practical, so easy. Like, I genuinely love it. I only use like a big brush now to kind of like dust a bit of powder all over my skin. I only need like a lot of powder underneath my eye area, and therefore why I need to pack it with this, and the rest with just a very dense fluffy brush. Next, in terms of liquids, I have here the P. Louise eye bases, and I'm using these ones as blush. I actually am hyped over these guys. Are super blendable. I actually have one of them today. I think it's this one, which is in shade Pretentious Peach. So I really love them. Whenever I'm thinking about like a cream blush, I am tempted to go for these guys all the goddamn time. They're actually really good. Also for bronzer, this concealer from Revolution in shade, for me at least, Caramel. I have it again today. I actually did a video over my TikTok where I show how I use liquid product basically, and I featured this one because it's the favorite of mine at the moment. I have a few others, but I am tempted by this. It's very easy to kind of like grab and tap and blend it out. It's very easily blendable. I love it. And last but certainly not least, this is definitely like showing up on the camera that it's quite empty. I use this one from Rare Beauty, the liquid highlighter in Mesmerize, so much. I found the dupe, I already have a video on it, and I think it's like a short one, and I already posted it on YouTube, so check that out. But nevertheless, I love this one a lot, and I'm always grabbing it because it's so tiny, it's so handy, and I'm just like dub, and that's it. So yeah, definitely I'm putting this one more because I definitely use this one more than the dupe version, but nevertheless the dupe is actually a good dupe. Let's move on to actual brushes. So I have here the Made by Mitchell brushes. just 3 of them. I have a couple of them in my collection, but these ones did stand out to me in the previous month. And I have here the ME9, which is a very nice blending brush. I also have here the MF4, which is kind of like really good for even liquid products. I use it all the time for either liquid or sometimes just powder. It depends how I'm fancying it. It's very multi-use. I think the owner Mitchell uses for foundation as well. So like they are incredible in terms of like the bristles and stuff. And I also have MF2, which I really like it for highlighter, if you can believe it. I don't think this is the highlighter brush, but I love it to kind of like dab, especially the liquid ones. So yeah, I love these 3 ones a lot. But nevertheless, this brand and their brushes are incredible, made by Mitchell. Incredible, incredible, incredible. So this is the only brush that I actually bought from Morphe in full price. Now I'm not regretting it. It's the perfect brush. I tend to use it more for the powder brushes, just to have like a theory behind the brushes that I own. But you can still use it for liquid. It's just I definitely tend to prefer it for for the powder blushes, because I have another one for the liquid one. So speaking of brushes, I have here this Ebelin DM. It's written in German, or yeah, but I think I got this one from Romania because it has a tag over here in Romanian. But nevertheless, if you are from Germany, Romania, Austria, you definitely have DM. And this professional cleaner spray for your brushes is the cheapest and most amazing thing ever. So you basically, I don't wash my brushes in the antique kind of way where you sit at the sink and supposed to use water and soap. No, I take this guy and I spritz it over my brush, and I have a couple of towels, and I just kind of maneuver the brush, and it magically rinses off all the dirt from your brushes. It disinfects the brushes as well. It's incredible. There are other options in the UK, plenty. I know Makeup Revolution does one, but it's not as great as this guy. But you have other professional options. They're just a tad bit more pricey, and because I have the benefit of going to Romania every now and then, I always get backups. I actually have 3 more in my drawer, and this is how much I got left in this one, so I use it quite often, and I always pack it up when I'm going back home. And I actually went to Austria recently and I bought myself one even from there, so that's why I have 3 of them, and with this one 4, because otherwise I would have had only 3, including this guy. Moving on to mascara, we have here Rare Beauty. I already discussed this guy with you. It's in shade black and it's amazing. I really love the applicator. I really love the consistency of the mascara. It doesn't leak. It's amazing. It's so foolproof in terms of like day to day. I did wear it at work and it doesn't budge. And this one from Charlotte Tilbury, the Pillow Talk Push-Up Lashes. This is in shade Dream Pop, so it's brown, ladies and gentlemen. It's brown but with a pink shift to it, which I actually did tell this story when I was like doing like kind of like short video. My boyfriend saw the pink shift into it. We were in the underground and he was like, did you use pink mascara? And I was like, nice, because it's like a mascara. I'm not saying, because I remember my boyfriend saw the video and he was like, what do you mean? What do you mean? But it's not like something it's massively noticeable, and obviously from a marketing perspective they were saying that, and I wasn't sure if it's gonna be that noticeable to people, but nevertheless I always get compliments when I use this mascara because it has this brown pink shift and it's interesting to see. Sometimes I'm like, you know, hearing it's pink, hearing it's brown, and yeah, I use it quite often at work when I'm not feeling like the black basic eyeliner and mascara, because I use this one in combination with a marvelous eyeliner. I know they are pricey in price, the Charlotte Tilbury mascara and this guy. This is the Fenty Beauty eyeliner in Big Truffle 02, and I initially tried to find in drugstore like a brown a brown eyeliner, and I got on the hop of this because of Jordan Lipscomb. She always raves about the fact that it's the most chocolatey brown eyeliner. She's so hyped on it, and I was like, I tried in drugstore. They are definitely not chocolate brown. They are dark brown. They are nice, but it's not this brown. Definitely one expensive eyeliner that I would splurge on because of the shade. Obviously the formula is incredible, but if you would go for the black one, you can go for the NYX Epic Ink liner. That's amazing as well, so I wouldn't see the point spending that much money on a black one. However, I mean, if you have the money, go for it, but the brown one is worth the money. And the black liner that I am almost finishing it up is the Flash Cat Eye by Superliner by L'Oreal Paris. I actually did a video on it. It had like this kind of like stamp thing attached here. I don't even have that because that's pointless for me. I don't use that, but the eyeliner in itself, it's great. It's really black. I have a bit of it today combined with like some eyeshadow, but nevertheless I have a video on it. You can check it out exactly how it looks on its own. In terms of brows, I want to give you a brief update on the Got to Be Glued for Brows Stronghold Brow Gel. I think with time it kind of like gets more goopy. Can you see it's not like transparent anymore? In the video that I tested it out for the first time, it's definitely very transparent. I gave it another try later on and I realized that I was not necessarily properly allowing it to work as it should in the first video. And now more than ever, I'm realizing that it needs a kind of like more air inside it so you can kind of like activate to be extremely similar to the hair gel. Because I have these brows for like a couple of hours and they did not budge. I use this one every day at work. They don't budge up until like when I come back home, and even when I'm like cleansing my skin and stuff, I always kind of like go through my eyebrows and they are still stiff. So I think it needs a bit of a air push up inside so the gel gets a bit more like gooey, because definitely it got better and better the more I used it, and now I'm almost empty on it because I actually only use this guy at work just because it's so easy, like you just. Also in terms of like foundation and concealer, I am still very hyped on the True Match Nude. I don't know why I forgot the name because I know it's True Match, the plumping tinted serum. I already have a video on it. As you can see, it's up until here. I am very afraid that I'm gonna go and repurchase it. Although I have a couple of foundations that I want to finish up, I am very scared that I'm not gonna be able to maintain this aura of I need to use those ones up, and I'm gonna buy this one after because I really am getting along with this so much. Every day always is this option. So easy, effortless, it gives coverage, but at the same time it doesn't feel heavy on your skin. I love it, I really do. And I also use now like the L'Oreal True Match concealer along with this. This is discontinued, but this is a pink concealer, and basically I combine the two of them together, or I apply this one first and then blend it in and then apply this one on top. So that's kind of like the vibe I'm doing with these two guys, either combine or apply them separately. So I really like them. However, this one I wouldn't say is like the most highest full coverage, and sometimes it does crease a bit. However, it's very easy to blend out. Sometimes in the morning I'm super rushed and I'm just like and this one I feel it doesn't need that much work around it, and therefore it's very, very handy. I'm not saying it's the best concealer ever. I'm saying it's the most practical concealer at the moment that I am very attracted to in terms of like day-to-day use. Moving on to, actually, did I mention this one? Real Technique Sponge, still my favorite. Still using this, gonna repurchase it. Yeah, and now moving on to setting spray. I mentioned already in the previous video that I did with like my makeup updated favorites. This was definitely not the same taste as this now, which means we do use it here quite often. I love this one from Rare Beauty. It's like the Always an Optimist 4-in-1 mist. It's definitely one of the best setting spray ever. Not because it doesn't hold your makeup for a long time. Listen, the way I do it is I do my skin. This is more like of a day-to-day work routine. So I do my skin, my foundation, everything, put the powders on, and then before going into my eyes, because I do my eyes at last, I do this, and then I do my eyes. The reason why when I do go to work, I'm doing my face first is because I believe if your base looks horrid, your eye makeup looks horrible. So I always invest more time into my skin, and then I see what time I have for the mascara slash eyeliner slash whatever I'm planning to do on my eyes. So yeah, it made sense. Obviously you can not close, but like put your hands on top and like spray it so you won't go onto the eyes, because it's not a long lasting setting spray. It's more of a hydrating. It has oil. I did not mention that, I'm sorry about it, because it wouldn't make any sense, but it has some bit of oil in it, and that's why you have to shake it, and it moisturizes the skin, and that's why I love it, because my skin is really dry. This helps out to kind of like give moisture, and the mist is also good. The mist is incredible. I love it. Like, look at this. You can't even see it on camera. Is that good? I'm actually gonna do a bit, just because I don't need this eye to last for a really long time. It smells like lavender, I think. I'm still not sure what it smells like, but it smells... At the beginning I was like sneezing a lot because of it, but now I'm used to it. Not because it's strong, but because I have a sensitive nose. Right, moving on to a face palette. I have this Catrice Caviar Gauche, I don't know, face palette. It's a limited edition face palette, and as you can see, it looks like so. And it's actually really great. It has 2 blushes, a highlighter, and a bronzer, as you can see, and I really love it. It's very handy, one product, like 3 steps in one palette, perfect for work, perfect. And that's why I always kind of like grab this one in June. However, sometimes I feel like a different highlighter. That's the drill with me. I sometimes like to kind of like change my highlighter, and this one from Charlotte Tilbury, the Pillow Talk, it's actually so nice. You think it's gonna be pink, but it's not pink. It's very like nudie, champagne-y, pinkish, kind of like hybrid, but it's definitely not pink, because when you see this pan, you think, oh, it's gonna look pink. It's not pink. It's really nice. You can definitely get it to very, very pink if you just go in this side. However, I kind of like swirl in all of them and focus more on the top, and it's really great, and it looks so stunning. It's so lovely. I really do love it. And since I discussed Charlotte Tilbury, I've seen myself reaching out for Pillow Talk and Cover Star. These are the 2 favorites of mine. I definitely did switch other lipsticks as well, but nevertheless, these are my 2 ultimate, kind of like, I trust them, I feel comfortable with them, they last a really long time, they don't dry out my lips. Yeah, I quite do love them, although I'm quite pricey, but I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you that I did not grab those ones. And lip pencils I have from Colourpop, and these were my definitely top favorites. So I have BFF, Brink, which is more for the Pillow Talk, and Boys Town, which these 2 I kind of alternated with like the Cover Star nude, because one was like more of the same similar nudish color, and this one is a bit darker. So sometimes I want like this kind of like defined outer lip. So yeah, I use these 2 ones for Cover Star. This is the last makeup item. I'm gonna have to show you 3 more products for the nails, and that's it really. But this one is from Root Cosmetics, United Shades of Glitter. I actually purchased this one from their American website, and I was very pleased with everything. It arrived in time, it was good. And this is a glitter. It's a very glittery palette, and initially I was like, I didn't use it as much. I used just like a couple of like colorful shades, and then I realized I have here 3 shades that are like more like champagne. This is like silver, this is like golden, and I decided recently to just kind of like tap and apply a tiny bit onto my lid, and it looks gorgeous even at work. It's not like intimidating, it's not like too obvious, too extreme, and I really enjoyed that part. So I am grabbing this one more and more. I did not use every single shade, but let me know in the comments down below if you want me to prioritize a video on it. I'm definitely doing a video on it anyway, but just let me know if I should prioritize a video dedicated to this guy, because I would. It's really great. It's just like, obviously you want to see the shades as well. Right, this is all makeup, and now nails. So H&M, I don't have these ones as of recently, but I always grab these guys every single goddamn time. H&M nail polishes are to die for. They are the most amazing quality in terms of like the price point and the way they dry down. They look like gel. They are super shiny, and I never tried the gel formula just because the amount of times I'm buying the gel formula and it takes ages to dry. It's annoying. I don't have time for that. But yeah, H&M nail polishes, give them a try. You're not gonna regret. My favorite ones, because I forgot, I have two of them here. It's Neon Noir and Pudding Cup. But I have other ones that I quite love as well. But these ones were definitely the most. I grabbed them, I used them, I'm happy. And I have someone at work who influenced me to give another try to base coat. She was like, you don't use base coat? What do you mean you don't use base coat? So I went for the Sally Hansen double duty base and top coat, and I must say this is actually incredible, and I missed out so much. I used to use base and top coat, but I've never been that extremely impressed, and I at some point finished up the one that I had previously and I didn't buy another one, and I decided to go with this guy because I've seen it at multiple people and it definitely serves really good. Strong nails, shiny, long lasting in terms of like a week for me, and I'm happy with 1 week because I'm getting bored very easily with my nails, so 1 week it's enough for me, and then switching up the color. But yeah, this is really great. This is definitely a new purchase. I purchased it in June and it slays. Right, I hope this is not gonna be extremely long. I think I've done a great job in like discussing them quite fast. But definitely let me know in the comments down below if you want me to discuss more in depth about a certain particular product that I mentioned in here, because obviously this was a more chit-chatted, my favorites kind of product. Otherwise, I hope I'm gonna definitely keep up with the July one next month and so on and so forth. And that's pretty much from me for today. I will hopefully see you within the next video. Bye!